What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Terence Crawford has a problem, a big problem. And I think the worst thing is that I don't think there is any real solution to his problem. He's over here with Bob Arum and Top Rank, and he seems to be enjoying himself, right? I think Bob Arum is cashing those checks for him. He seems to be doing quite well. But all the other good 147 fighters are over here with PBC. All of them. Pacquiao, Spence, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. All over here. And it was, I don't know, highlighted even more. And I think I tweeted this as well. PBC were talking about all the welterweight champions, and they listed a picture of all the welterweight champions and what belts they have. They didn't even list Terence Crawford. It's almost like he didn't exist. They listed Manny Pacquiao with a regular belt, Keith Thurman with the legit belt, Errol Spence and Sean Porter, and completely left off Terence Crawford. Completely. The problem's a big one, not just because we know those two ain't mixing. Al Heyman and Bob Arum don't really do business like that. Those two aren't mixing. I think the bigger problem for Terence Crawford is that no one seems to want either that fight or that belt. I don't know, Keith Thurman might want it now that he's lost, but no one seems to care too much about the WBO belt. Danny Garcia done an interview recently and almost laughed off the belt like it meant nothing. Like it was the belt that used to be like the way we laugh at the IBO now. Maybe that was the WBO 20 years ago. I can't remember. But no one seems to actually really want the fight or the belt. And I guess they don't want the fight because Terence Crawford isn't that big a draw either. So it's not like you're going over and it's a massive payday. It's not. I mean, Amir Khan and Terence Crawford done, I think I read something like 150,000 pay-per-view buys. Terence Crawford's other pay-per-view event was Victor Postal, a long time ago, but that was like 60,000 pay-per-view buys. Barely scraped even. So he's not a draw. He's on the wrong side. I think out of all the champions, minus Manny Pacquiao, I think he's the oldest. And no one's talking about him. No one's talking about him. Yes, we all want to see the Errol Spence, Terence Crawford showdown. But right now, it looks like obviously Errol Spence has got Sean Porter. If he wins, who do you think Errol Spence wants to fight? Manny Pacquiao. No interest in Terence Crawford. He knows that Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence is worth, I would say, at least 4 times more money than Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. At least. At least that. So, it's a problem. It's a big problem. He's obviously, I'm guessing, stuck in a contract that he's never going to be able to get out of with Bob Arum. But Bob Arum doesn't seem to be able to get him any real interest in fights. It's all good me saying that Terence Crawford's a pound for pounder. But the fact is, his resume is quite thin. I think he's a pound for pound because I think he's just that good. But if I was to break his resume down in terms of who he's fought, he's almost missed fighting the person all the time through the weight classes. 135, missed that guy. 140, he's always missed them. Not his fault. That's just how it works. But I don't know if Bob Arum can really secure the fights that we need to see him in. There was a lot of talk about Danny Garcia maybe fighting him. That talk's dead. There was even talk about Kell Brook fighting him. That talk's dead. Now he's got, and I can't remember the guy's name he's got as a mandatory, no one's going to be interested. All the action is going on over there. You might even get, or we might get, Mikey versus Danny. So Terence Crawford's on the outside looking in, and on that side, we might get, or we have got, Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao, money fight. Sean Porter versus Errol Spence, money fight. Danny Garcia versus Mikey, semi-money fight. And Terence Crawford versus nobody. Boy, I have no idea what Terence is going to do. No idea. He might have to, and I don't know his relationship with the other sanctioning bodies, but he might have to find his way up into a mandatory position and take lowball money to just to fight one of these guys. Because again, this cross thing doesn't really happen. It doesn't happen. The same thing happened with Pacquiao. I don't know if you guys remember. Obviously, Pacquiao Mayweather took place, but the same thing happened with Pacquiao, which is why Pacquiao fought Bradley so many times and Pacquiao fought Marquez so many times, because those were the only guys over there on Top Rank. All the other fighters were on the other side. Now, the same thing's happening to Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford doesn't have a Timothy Bradley as a dance partner. He doesn't have a Marquez. He has nobody. The others have somebodies. Not looking good for Bud. Not looking good at all. Peace.